In this video, let's take a look at the parts in the Alex Warren song, Ordinary. That opening ukulele part looks like it's up here on the 12th fret. Then it moves down to a D chord here. Opening part starts on the 12th fret here, playing the top 3 strings in order, going 3rd string, 2nd string to 1st string, just barring my first finger over the 12th fret and playing those notes in order. Then I'm moving down to the 10th fret, playing the 11th fret on the 3rd string, 10th fret on the 2nd string, 10th fret on the 1st string. So because this is a ukulele part, of course, this is going to look a lot different on ukulele, but this is a standard tuned guitar, E, A, D, G, B, E. And so this gives you the same notes on the guitar in this tuning. So that's an E minor chord going to a D major chord, going back to E minor here. The couple different ways to pick this. I'm choosing to use the pick and the fingers, meaning I'm picking the 3rd string with the pick and then using my 2nd finger and my 3rd finger on my right hand to play the top 3 strings. Or the top 2 strings. You also could just use your fingers, meaning thumb, 2nd finger, or thumb, 1st finger, 2nd finger. This would be one way of doing it. So that'd be a fingerstyle approach. You also could use the pick too, and just simply pick all 3 strings with the pick. It looks like we have 2 chord progressions using a lot of the same chords through the whole song here, starting with an E minor chord. So the intro and the verses and the pre-chorus seem to follow this sort of format, where you're going from an E minor chord to a D chord. And then once the chorus comes in, it's going to go E minor, to a D over F sharp, to a G, to a fast A, to a B minor, back to A, and then for 1B, go back to the D over F sharp, and then back to the E minor. The chords switch pretty quickly, starting with E minor, D over F sharp to G, A, B minor, A, back to D over F sharp, and then E minor. The whole thing starts over. To familiarize yourself with these chords, an E minor chord is here. We're playing the 2nd fret on the 5th string, and then the 2nd fret on the 4th string together with my 2nd and 3rd finger. You also could use your 1st and 2nd finger, either way. Then the D over F sharp moves to here. So you got 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 6th string, and then the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. I'm letting the 4th string ring open there. So it's really just a D chord, but I'm putting the 3rd or the F sharp in the bass. So you get this. And then the G chord, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret, 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then your 4th finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. Now an A chord, you could either bar this or just use 1, 2, 3. It's a pretty fast switch going to the B minor. So you end up with this E minor, back to A, play that either way, either barred or use your first 3 fingers, and then it goes goes back to that D over F sharp and then starts back over on the E minor. So you get this 1, 2, 3. In the choruses, it looks like there's also this acoustic guitar overdub part that goes from an E minor chord here to a D chord, and then it's going to go to a G chord, then it moves up to A, and then to a B minor, back to A. Just following the chords of the chorus. So for E minor, then when it goes to the D over F sharp or D chord, it's actually doing a D chord on the high part. And then it goes to a G chord, which this is a top part of a G bar chord, or if you just want to look at it as the third, the fifth, and the root, just an inversion. And then it goes up to the A, so this is G moving up to A, and then B minor, and then goes back to A. Here's the E minor. Then it goes to D, then it goes to a G chord, up to A, B minor, back to A. So. E minor, G, A, B minor, back to A, E minor, D, G, A, B minor. So there are some of the basic parts of this song. I hope you enjoyed this. Check out the tablature and also check out my site, practicetheguitar.com. There I have a whole bunch of exercises that you can practice at 15 tempos, chords, riffs, licks, exercises, everything you need to help you to improve your playing. I'll put the links down below. Check that out.